I'm not sure about them, but for me, my main thing of getting in the barber game, the inspiration probably was just the lack of resources and probably going through financial struggles at the house with the family. Mm-hmm. So, growing up, I also grew up kind of in the South area, 288 area in early in my life, Canterbury Village. Shout out to Canterbury Village on Alameda Genoa. I was Alameda Genoa, that was zoning me. Instead of being in the Hiram Clark schools, I went to a Hiram Clark Elementary. Shout out to Peterson Elementary. That's kind of where I got my affiliation over in Hiram Clark and knew a lot of bros from over there. But then when we got to middle school, I was zoned to Woodson. So going to Woodson, man, it was off the chain. That's all I can say. Amazing. Man, it was amazing. But at this time, back in '86, Houston went through a big oil
for real.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Shout out, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. We long tooth over here. We old over here. So
the barber perspective, man.
Barber perspective.
You got
like,
hey.
Unc, OG, youngster. Like what?
I ain't even up yet.
For real.
Big bro.
Big bro and
OG.
Yeah.
For real.
And the YN, he don't want to call it that. He's a YN.
There
he going 130, doing 130 on the dash on the freeway.
No. Let's stick to it. But so that right there, man. With that being said, if you know a lot of things about Houston, man, a lot of culture came from that area, man. You got this groove culture, you got the swangers, you got all this culture. I grew up right in it. The thing of it is that when I was in school growing up, great athlete, not cutting hair yet, early coming up, got to Woodson, 6th grade year, broke all the little records for the little state stuff that you have to do, running and all that stuff, leading into my 7th grade year. Well, that 6th grade year, I started cutting my own hair. I tried to do my own first cut at 5 years old for a wedding. Ended up putting a ball plug in my head and had to get a low cut. That's back when babies, everybody had a baby fro or a little fro back in my younger days. So I'm going in there already.
With the plug up.
I'm in that mirror, man, at a young age. So that's another thing. You got a kid that like being in that mirror trying to look fly and think he cute. He might got something in the clippers or something is star quality about that youngster, you feel me? Mm-hmm. So that was my first experience getting into 11th grade, and my mom had been cutting my hair. I've never been to a barbershop. Start with that. Never been to a barbershop. This wasn't due to poverty scenarios at the time. I actually grew up Jewish, and I actually had observed the Sabbath in my lifetime. So Saturdays, we were at church all day. Friday nights going to church. And so those are when the barbershops pretty much were open and you getting your cuts. So we're not going on those days. And so I would get a little scissor trim at the crib. As time went on, I got my first haircut by my uncle in the country. Higgins Bottom, shout out to the Wooded family down there. Higgins, Jammers, Jackson's, all my family down in that way, you know what I'm saying? The Wards. But my Uncle Ward Woodard gave me my first cut in the garage with clippers, man. And I never forget that day. I probably was 5 years old, and I never had felt how my hair felt low.
Let me ask you a question. Did you use the Oscar 76s, the maroon ones?
I don't know what Unc used. I believe it was a wall. If he'd had that, that would have been player. I probably would have been inspired. But I think he had a walls or something, man. But my cousins, they'll attest to it, man. But the feeling that I had with them grain, that hair grain being low, was it gave me another feeling. I was like, man, that's amazing.
That's crazy.
Because I could feel how that hair felt.
Yeah.
But the amazing was when I got in that mirror, I don't know if everybody knows. So back in the day, you wear your baby fro, but you're really not getting that crispy edge up.
Definitely not.
Like we doing today.
Yeah, they was rounding everything. Roll back.
My boy said it. He rounded that man when I got. Now, mind you, we don't know no better. I come out there with that old.
Gotta get the oil change.
First of all, that pushback automatic, cause that line, you gonna see that bright. Ain't never been. So I look like a sunrise coming over that moon over there, coming out through that forehead,
Wow.
coming around them
You
hills.
got a suntan right
Hey,
there.
but I'm young and thinking I'm smooth.
Yeah.
I'm fast. I'm taking my shoes off now. I'm running. I'm thinking I'm faster.
Yeah.
Hey, so I got that moon, man. So that was my first experience with the Clippers, and I'm like, okay, boom. So after this, I'm liking that.
Yeah.
My mom gets some, she don't get none, but I got some neighbors across the street.
Yeah.
Older cat, shout out to DJ Williams, you know what I'm saying? One of the first rappers in H-Town. Y'all don't know about that.
DJ Williams.
Shout out them boys, man. But DJ Williams, man, his pops, Mr. Williams, used to put that basketball in my hand. They had clippers over there, and my mom would borrow those clippers to keep that hair low.
Yeah.
So she giving me that low cut,
This nigga's-
whoop-de-whoop, and I'm really not getting no good edge up, and I'm just getting kind of rounded off still. And so I'm in the neighborhood, Canterbury Village. We got a lot of players, a lot of early swingers, a lot of D-boys that came from the area, but had a little older player that was my older sister age named Verlon, man, and shout out to Verlon, and he put me up on game, man. But Verlon, outside one day, we racing and playing around, and he came over to me and say, man, and he gave me a tip which made me start focusing on the details of a haircut.
Not to cut you off, let me ask you a question. When was the era of the new wave cuts instead of like just the all evens, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that? When did they start doing the ball fades?
Okay, here you go. I'm coming right here.
Yeah.
So it come right away. So what he's saying, man, is essential for what I'm about to say soon. So boom, we got Verlon, and he telling me, hey, your edge up the way your mom is doing it. So she would have me round from here, and then I'm coming from here with a big razor, and she just straight blocking that boy,
Oh.
straight block down. Boom.
Oh, that's how I used to draw pictures.
Hey. So,
Hey.
now mind you, you know what I'm saying? I'm a
You
little,
got the stairs.
yeah, I'm round. I'm looking like one of them arches in the front of your house, like a little arch, with that arch, and then boom, boom, with your columns.
Yeah, that
So
McDonald's
boom,
had
Man, I can show you
So
my
he-
old sketchbook, bro. I used to draw that.
man. So
that.
look,
Draw haircuts, man.
he put me up on game, man. So mind you, I'm the little young athlete of the neighborhood, and I got two older sisters. Everybody got crushes on, so he put me up on game, showing a little love and saying, hey, look, I do it like this. So at this time, I'm 11 years old. I get these clippers, man. I'm like, I ain't feeling that. So next thing I know, I get it wild hair, and I go get Mr. Williams them clippers myself. Now, my mama, artistic woman, used to, when we did art exhibits and projects in school, I'm talking about we molding sculptures, we drawing, and she used to be with me and sit down and actually walk me through details of how to draw the bird feathers and beaks and details of things. So I had a real high artistic ability coming in school. So with doing this had me knowing that when I got them clippers, I was whatever I do. I started riding a bike at 3 years old. I started doing all kind of stuff very early age. I could drive at 5. I could, everything like that. So when I saw them clippers, I knew what it was. So saw them clippers. The first clipper I had no adjustable arm on it.
Oh,
I don't even know, it was just a clipper. And it had guards that came with the clipper. But shout out to the wall.
Clipper.
So boom, I got that clipper, boom, 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 boom. I was a fan of that big razor. I take that big razor and I started learning how to curve that C cup and getting that edge up right there. So boom, that was my first cut. Then this is when that fade start coming in.
Yeah.
Verlon them already rocking the fade. It's a cat around the corner that's over there that's cutting in the hood. But like I say, I'm a Mormon kid. We church goers. We ain't really in there. And when it come down to the sports and playing, they come get Ed.
Yeah.
You know, look Eddie, go get him. He, you know what I'm saying? But all the hanging out and doing that, I got major structure in my house, so it ain't none of that. So I'm not going to no barber shops, nothing. I'm just seeing stuff and saying, okay, this is how I'm supposed to look. So at this time, once I get these clippers, I get that first cut, boom. Mr. Williams will upgrade to that adjustable clipper.
Oh, man.
Get that adjustable clipper, now it's on.
You step into a whole new world.
So look, at church, I had a partner named Jonathan Randall, stayed on Reed Road and MLK. We was, I would spend a night in, South Park, kicking with him. Now, Jonathan Randall, his grandfather was a fly old cat, you know what I'm saying? And he was raised by him, and this man, he kept him fly. He could have a polo, he could have the stuff. I wasn't raised with this. So Jonathan, I would keep up with him as far as being understanding, because he was at church with me. I was able to keep up with the game style. The grandfather actually was one of the first dudes that actually dressed people, stars that came to Houston, people that came in town. They used him to actually make their outfits and do all this. So we actually kind of had a early start on swag and that fashion and doing that type of thing. So with that, it led to me observing the cuts that I think my boy was getting from LaBelle's barbershop. You know where LaBelle's is on Reed? Right. That was one of the first places that was giving that fresh fade. And then it went from that, you either had a low ball fade if you was a grown man kind of guy, or you had the low even with the sideburns or a little fro shape up. But then the youngsters, kids, you're gonna get that high ball fade, one against the grain low. Well, then once you got to like middle school, your mom and them start letting you wear the waves on it, but you was still getting your ball fade. So I'm observing that fade LaBelle and them doing, and I'm mimicking it, because I can mimic and draw what I can copy.
Yeah.
So I'm mimicking what they doing on my head. So I'm coming to church, and Jonathan seeing my cut and like, well, who cut your hair? So boom, he like, man, so we have a basketball squad at our church that we travel with. So one weekend he's staying in my house, we about to go to San Antonio to do a tournament, and he like, man, I ain't got a cut. You cut my hair, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So shout out to my boy Jonathan Randall. But like I say, he saw what I was doing first and was like, man, and I wasn't nervous. I was one of them kids, like I say, it's crazy where I'm at today, man, because as a kid, I thought I was Superman. I could do anything. It was like it was just nothing. So, man, I did his flat top, shaped him up, boom. We fresh. So that it was over from now. So from now, I'm cutting my hair. I don't really got no clients, but this is when the poverty hit. I'm in 7th grade. I'm about to start playing basketball in 86, 87 in Woodson. And in that situation, we go to a tournament. When I come back, not knowing what happened with the family, my father had lost his job, everything, and we ended up on my tournament break that weekend. Our family got relocated to the west side of Houston, Briar Forest area. Mind you, I'm thinking I'm coming back and about to crank up. It was a cat, I don't remember, I know his name was Michael, man, but he ended up going to Worthing, having a pretty good career at Worthing when I was in high school as well. But we was gonna be a pretty, man, if me and that guy would have linked up in high school, it would have been something. But I ended up going to the other side of Houston and went to Paul Revere. This is shout out to Coach Wise. A lot of people know Coach Wise now for breaking a lot of records with the basketball game at Yates and all that. But that's where your boy Ali, the comedian, was at Paul Revere with
Ali
me.
Sadiq.
Ali Sadiq. So
yeah.
I was over there, man, and I'm over there. By this time, I'm fading myself up good, But we had got relocated to some apartments, and I'm I'm from the fly side of town. I'm over there with these white folks now, and this real bull. Oh, when I'm talking, I feel like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when I get to Powerville.
Yeah.
At Woodson, I come over there. That 6th grade year, they beat up everybody that wasn't black and made them leave the school. Beat up everybody that wasn't black, made them leave the school. So we was on some lean on me type stuff. Dude, 16 years old, break dancing was in. You got dudes with cardboard boxes, break dance. I'm talking about, it's a whole bunch of live stuff going on culture wise.
Yeah.
The dope game kicked in. This is when you start seeing the first young niggas, like I said, dude named Polo Man, and dudes that's showing up jewelry, feelers, Mickey Mouse shirts. You know, it's going down. So
they have to take it out before they went home, though?
I don't know, because I'm going home and doing what I gotta do.
Yeah.
And I'm getting ready for these sports. So in my hood, everybody keeping me away from bad stuff, and I'm going to doing these sports. So it's a culture shock. I get immediately just transplanted to this Fresh Prince of Bel-Air situation.
Yeah.
This school got elevators and it's live. I'm like, wow. So I go over there, man, it's going down. So a couple of people see my haircuts. I'm coming from a swag side of town to that area. Mm-hmm. Southwest, you got your, that was a big area where gangs were kind of going on, but I forgot the name of that area that everybody come from over there. But, you know, a couple of dudes started saying they wanted to get haircuts by me. I'm living in apartments, and I realized, okay, I got something.
Was it the A-Leaf area? Or like
A-Leaf, some of A-Leaf got, you know, some of those people got transplanted to that A-Leaf area later on. I think Sadiq Ali ended up going to the A-Leaf area. Okay. Most of the people zoned from Powerville was going to be going to Robert E. Lee. Mm-hmm. So that school's torn down now, but I started getting a little buzz about that. But by me living in apartments and having that family that I had, I really couldn't have the traffic, that energy that was cranking up. It was like, oh, so people like really want to get a haircut. Yeah. Mind you, I got the artistic ability now. Mm-hmm. So at this time, it's getting to the point where, oh, I'm learning. I don't know nothing about edgers, other type of clipper. I just know one clipper. Mm-hmm. You take a clipper, you take the screwdriver, undo it, lean the blade, tighten it back up. You have a sharp edge, and now you can do an edge up with that. You know what I'm saying?
So you was pretty much self-taught all the way around.
Man, I don't know nothing.
Yeah.
So then I can draw designs with that. So now I'm, doing a few designs, boom. I eliminated people that wasn't related to me getting cuts, but then I had cousins. Mm-hmm. So as they're coming, getting babysitted by my sisters or my mom or whatever, at this time, I'm cutting their hair. Yeah. So now it's like, boom, my aunties is like, oh, we ain't gotta go get this barber no more. They ain't really cutting. Yeah. So it's going down. So now I'm getting good. So fast forward, I do 2 years over there doing it, cutting hair in the apartment, cutting my hair. I'm using the big razor to ball my stuff, using touch to actually fade and blend, soft touch blending with a big razor. It's crazy. Blending my stuff, man, and I'm in November every day cutting my hair. Flat tops, wops, I'm peroxide, dyeing patches. I'm doing it all with not ever being schooled on nothing. Yeah. So 8th grade come, my aunt Louie moves to Angleton, Texas, and actually we moved into her crib in Hiram Clark. Mm-hmm. So mind you, growing up, my mom was always babysitting her young boys, and while I was living in Canterbury, I would always go to Hiram Clark, which was about 3 miles away. Yeah. And my cousin actually was zoned to Peterson Elementary, where he lived at in Hiram Clark. Mm-hmm. So I would be going over there, kicking it with my friends from Peterson Elementary, kicking it over there. So when I moved to that area in 9th grade, it was all open. I'm knowing my partners and boom, but now I'm cutting.
Now you about 15, huh? About 15,
14.
16? Yeah, 14.
13, 14, going in, it's 89, 90.
Okay.
So mind you, give you a spiel on my basketball. I'm not known for, at this time, I'm only known for athleticism. Mm-hmm. When I'm leaving 8th grade, my sister's going to be a senior at Reagan High School, and she's a cheerleader. I'm leaving 8th grade and I'm getting recruited by every high school in Houston. They coming to pick me up and bringing me to their school and saying, you can start. This will be your locker, this your number. You can come here, be on varsity, play, you can start. Mind you, I got these options and I'm like, okay, because I'm dunking 8th grade. I'm already dunking, doing a lot of crazy stuff. So as I get these options, my sister's at Reagan, a magnet school, which I'm not really able to go to. I'm not zoned there. I would have to pass a test to get to this computer magnet program and even get in. They actually have this thing at my school. They bring it around and I take the test. I barely missed the test. I don't make the grade to get into school. So at this time we transitioning, I'm moving into Hiram Clark and I'm gonna be zoned to Madison High School, which I could go to Madison, which I'm like, that's all good because it's going down. It's going down. And I'm over here at this other school. It could be beautiful. I got friends in the club. We're gonna be team that's gonna be beautiful. And these people have not seen this athletic ability that I have. And I love bringing it to new areas and bringing it. So at this time, I'm thinking, Robert E. Lee is zoned to the school that I'm going to, and I'm getting pushed to go to Robert E. Lee, but nobody knows that what my family situation is and that I'm moving. So a lot of stuff shake up. Like I say, Coach Wise was my coach at this time. He was in middle school. And fast forward, he ends up being Robert E. Lee high school coach later on.
Gotcha.
So boom, I'm in Hiram Clark, zone to Madison. I'm not gonna go to Lee because it's too far, and I really had never talked to them really. They just thought automatically I'm going to Lee.
Right.
I had a buddy that had just left the program, Damian Humphrey. Shout out to Damian Humphrey. Ended up going to Lee, a great career. It was gonna be a beautiful thing if we would have been over there together from the jump. It was already a couple of brothers over there. I think the Henderson brothers was over there, and they already had a good little nucleus. And so bringing him in, highly recruited out of middle school as well. We won district.
Do you know any of the Hendersons? You remember any of their names?
Corey, I know was one, I think. But
I wasn't them Hendersons. That's why I was asking.
I had an instructor named Mr. Henderson.
But so going into that, man, that him going to Matt up there it was gonna be big if I went over there. We'd have linked up. I ended up moving, so it didn't, and I didn't pass that test to get into Reagan. And with that move, my sister was going to cheerleader practice in the summer, and while she was going to cheerleader practice, I would go and play, open gym in the gym. The football team is practicing outside, getting ready for the season in the summer, and I'm in the gym. I'm in there playing around. By this time, my athletic ability take off. I'm doing stupid stuff. So I'm in the gym working out, shooting, doing drills, and at this time, a couple of more people come in there, and so I'm showing out. So I'm doing all kind of dunks, boom, boom, boom. Football practice kind of take a break. Football coach walks in, do something. He see me. He come over there. It's a couple of weeks before school, so I'm almost saying that I'm gonna just have to go to Madison. He come in there and see me and come over and talk to me like, hey, who are you? You know what I'm saying? Where you from? He asked me what college I went to.
And you was in high school the whole time? In the
I'm
9th grade?
going to the 9th grade. He asked me what college I went to.
Yeah.
Cause I kind of got a beard already.
How tall was you?
I was already 6'1".
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know what I'm saying?
9th grade, I was a runt, nigga. I was like,
So yeah, so at this time I was 5'11" in 8th grade, 6'1", 9th grade. So he come in there and I'm cut up, you know what I'm saying? I'm shirt off, I'm hogging. So so I tell him, man, I'm going to the 9th grade. And he say, you know what you doing up here? So you're not going here? I say, no, I'm in Hiram Clark. My sister go here. She's a good student, great student. He's like, oh yeah, I know her, look, whatever. So he like, so you couldn't, I was like, I actually took the test to get in here and I couldn't get in. Now, hopefully I ain't getting nobody in trouble, but shout out. But hey.
I'm gonna leave that right there because I already know where it's going next.
So man, so Now, mind you, my sister been going to this school, man. So she a senior now. You know what I'm saying? She went to Woodson and then went to Reagan.
Yeah.
My oldest sister went to Woodson and went to Worthing. And then when we got into the financial issues, she ended up on that side of town and going to Lee and graduating from Lee.
Makes sense.
So boom, get there, we scrimmage. This is about 2 weeks before school, man. Before they start football practice back up, this man went in there and came back in there and told me I'm in the school.
Man.
Not only told me I'm in the school, we got a bus. It's coming to pick us up at the driveway.
Oh yeah.
So it's going down, man. Mind you, my religion, I can't play on Friday nights. He thinking I'm gonna be able to play football for him.
Oh man.
I can't play. He don't, and I told him, I say I can't do it. He don't care. He thinking, hey man, I know I can make something out of you. We gonna bring you, So boom, we doing this, man. I get there, So I'm cutting and doing this. At this time, this all happened. I'm cutting hair. This is going on. I start cutting hair in Hiram Clark. Now I'm cutting hair. I go to Reagan, but I'm cutting all my friends' hair in Hiram Clark. This is going on. So basically I go right from that. And like you say, the transition of the haircut styles.
Yeah.
So with me, I'm not ever going to barber shops or nothing like that. So we got the hip hop magazines coming up. Yo MTV Raps is coming on TV and all this. So I'm looking at videos and looking at other fly people that's walking around, and then I'm creating that on my friends.
So you just kind of
and then boom.
So I got a question. This is a good question right here. What year or who started the Southside thing?
Now, the Southside, I can't say who started because I am a part of the story of it. But leading into it, this is where this come in. So we got Screw and all that cranked up around 91. Now, mind you, people don't like to say it, but everybody did not go with Screw when it first started. It was a culture thing that was in a certain area. But like I was telling them earlier about the haircuts, the Lavelles, the people that was getting haircuts, we had the low ball fade for growner guys. The taper fade wasn't really out yet. You had even cuts, Ivy League with its waves. Yeah. You had even cuts with ducktails, but then
all the way down.
sideburns. But then you had baby fros with little taper. So that was like the staple. Cut a two fro with a taper on it, not bald tapers though, like tapers with a go. Yeah. So when the culture of that started, it started from people in the hood, moms sending them to the barbershop and saying, cut it all off. And you had that low against the grain, but they wanted you to take as much hair ball off the side as possible, which started being called the high ball fade. It was a high ball fade. If you listen to Kiki's music early, he is not saying Southside fades. We saying high ball fades, hitting the sun, hitting the fade, is nothing called a Southside fade at this time. So this is from 91. I'm in high school. I graduate in 93. I leave Reagan. I go to Madison. Pretty much my religion stuff is getting in the way, and I quit because I'm not able to attain what I want to do with the religion and basketball. So sophomore year, enrolled myself homeschool at Madison. At Madison, this is where Dion Barnes is one of the top hoopers in the country. He's getting recruited by every D1 school in the country. They at the school, and I'm a hooper that's never been seen before, and it's a great opportunity. But I'm only there to not hoop. I'm just there being a nigga from the hood and kicking. I cut hair. I'm just cool. I'm in gym. They see me in gym. I'm dunking on people, doing crazy stuff. Football coach, Coach Fields, shout out to Coach Fields, tell me to get up out of here with my crazy self and go enroll in 7th period gym because you need to go play basketball. Go over there, coach, Walt, man, he passed away, man. But shout out to the son that just passed away recently. Man, what's their last name? I forgot. But Coach Seaman, man, he put me on the team. He couldn't believe what I could do. They put me on the team. And at this time, the haircut came into fruition. Now, once you got to where you was a youngster, you got a little older, you start telling your mama you don't want to cut the top of that hair that low no more. Mm-hmm. Now, due to some people having certain shaped heads, Lil Kiki, certain shaped heads.
It look like you kin to me. We kin each other, baby.
But certain shaped heads gave that low ball fade, that high ball fade with that extra hair patch, a certain look to it. So boom. The key was have no hair into a ghost blend high top, and you want that whole top waved up. You want to be so seasick on that top that is unreal. But you highball fade, slappy, which came the word slappy. We call it slappy because back in our day in middle school, once you got that ball fade, niggas had a game of smacking you in the back of the neck.
So y'all called it that. We called it apple slap later on.
But the slap, it was slap. You're getting slappy.
We called it first cut.
We getting slappy. We were getting slappy. So boom. So that's what it was. So boom. So now, fast forward, everybody getting cuts, cool. That cut became exaggerated in the 90s. Now, when I was on the basketball team on Madison, this exaggerated fade, not called a Southside yet, we were still saying, how about fade? On the basketball team, once you're on varsity in Madison, back in the 80s, with I think Sean Gay and them and all them guys or whatever, I forgot some of them guys' name, but they haircut style was they go ag. That was, you was a baller, going ag. And then, so that was a big thing back in those days to go ag, cut all your hair.
Ball?
Everybody go bald. When you're in hoop season, you go bald. That was a Madison thing. And then a lot of people,
Michael Jordan?
Jordan went bald because he lost his hair, but that was a thing. It was like, nigga, we on a mission. Yeah. So when we got into the 90s, that culture wanted to have that swag. We starch jeans now. We got dudes tailoring their jeans so that they could sag right below a certain way with starch. Their pants could stand up by themselves.
Oh, yeah.
And then these rayon shirts, you got the silk shirt, the gold piece, you know what I'm saying? And now this bald fade is coming into play.
We're gonna have to get that picture.
So boom.
Yeah, we gotta get
so
with that on.
So we got at this point we got culture kind of kicking in. These rap videos. We got the Rada Man Bob coming in. When you got that bob and that taper in the lower back with the hair up. So then that was kicking in. You had the Southside, the highball fade, and then that pretty much was it. And then we had designs was major at that point. And then flat tops was still around a little bit too for the ones that was still stuck on it. But
I done had flat tops, gummies, the juice.
Right. You gonna go through it. If you fly, you gonna go through it.
Yeah.
What about Jerry curl? What did Jerry curls?
Well, Jerry curls took in the 80s took barbers out the game, and that's when they had to actually develop transitioning and being able to come up with stuff.
Cosmetology.
But that's why the underground game was still effective, because we were bringing different elements to what a person was wearing. You ain't just wearing we're gonna give you that, and then we're gonna put a line down the side.
Makes sense.
So boom, going into that, we got the team, and everybody is wanting to get this highball fade going into the season. So it's me and another guy. I want to say the guy was named Mike. We chopped everybody up on the team. Shout out to Mike. He was one of the guards behind Deion Barnes. But we chopped everybody up. So this is the cut. So leading into this, this cut is getting more exaggerated, pushed up to the front of the head more and more. Other people that's bootlegging. You got some bootleggers that's good barbers, and then you have bootleggers that's just saving money for people. Bootleggers that were saving money for people were doing it, but they blend was whack. Just like a barber today that don't know how to blend. It just they getting it done, but it ain't blended. So at this time, the rap scene is growing on the South and everything is rolling. So fast forward, I ended up leaving Madison, and then I ended up going to Robert E. Lee, playing for my middle school coach. Coach Wise is at Lee now. He's agreed to wanting to play with me because he know my skills, and he's saying, hey, I need you on the team, but he is agreeing to allow me to play even though I have my Sabbath. So that's the key to why I went over there, everybody. But my junior year, UIL suspended me. Didn't let me play my junior year, which kind of messed my career off. Ended up playing my senior year, and then it was a good thing, but ended up just to get a little bit off of me. But I was always known for sports, never known for anything else. I thought that was gonna be my life, but cutting hair was always there. So by this time, I'm cutting hair, and I'm shifting over to Lee. And at this time, I'm cutting so good, I'm cutting in the bathroom at first. Now I'm cutting teachers' hair first. Then I'm cutting students. Then I start cutting the coaches and teachers. And it just start getting to where I'm like, oh, I got this. So as basketball's fading, the barber thing is getting up. And I'm like, okay, at home, I done turned my whole garage into a barber shop. On the weekends, I'm booked every weekend. So it is what it is now. So now I'm kind of curving on what I'm gonna do. Boom, ended up playing that senior year. Got scholarship offers still. Got name in the paper, articles on me, all kind of stuff like that. But I wasn't being who I was, arrogant as who I was as an athlete. I felt like if I ain't going D1 and going to Duke or top, hey, I ain't had nothing to play. Everybody I knew that I played with, that I felt like I was better than, or knew that I went to camps and dunked on and they went to big schools, and I felt like if I didn't do that, so it was what it was. So by that, leaving high school, still ended up going to college. You know, that was what you do. I had no money to get into barber school, first of all. Wasn't understanding how money, I just didn't understand. My sister had went to U of H. She got grant money for me to go to barber school. Got in there, man, I partied like crazy because I put in some calls of barber schools and ended up contacting Acres Home, and they were the one, man, they had a program. And I got in under that state program, man, and was able to go to school free. But before I got into school, I had to talk to the students about my Saturday. By me going to the school and not having to go on Saturday while everybody was mandatory to work on Saturday. Now, mind you, man, I was raised in a real disciplined type family, very, discipline oriented. So this made me have to really understand how to negotiate stuff and dealing with stuff that was going to be a hurdle for me with this religion. In doing that, I had to petition the whole school with the students and ask that would they allow me to do it. Ended up going to school, getting in there. While I'm in school, the braids and fade thing is going on in Houston. We got this beef going on, braids and fades, and I'm from the Southside going to Acres Home. While I'm in school, my cuts is taking over on the north side, and a lot of the guys are starting to say now they want to cut their hair off. And guys are asking for the haircut that the guys wear on the south side. Now, mind you, Kiki and them are all in the public eye now, and this haircut and style is kind of getting world known now. So now that swag is getting on them, and they're wanting this. So boom, I start cutting dudes' haircuts, cutting their braids off, they getting that. So as I'm doing this, it's just these guys are getting a haircut from the south side. I get my barber license in 95, but in barber school, this taper haircut start coming into play. So we're already doing designs in Southside fades and designs and cuts or whatever, ball fades, but the taper cut comes into play. Like I said, it was basically regular tapers at that time. When I got in barber school, I like to say that I transitioned the game and started doing hardball tapers. Hardball tapers. Hardball tapers. People that was getting designs wanted to get that hardball taper, and a lot of people, that's where the waivers started coming into play. The waivers was getting that wave with that hardball taper cut because they could show more of the waves all the way down. But they still wanted to be fly and get designs. They was wanting to get designs in the top of their tapers, and I'm like, bro, you're gonna mess your waves up.
Yeah.
So for me, I came up with the creative understanding, let's put your designs in the taper area. So I don't know, I ain't never seen it before, but I put designs in that taper area first, I feel. Let me know if you know somebody else that did it. So coming from that, man, we went from that, and then as I'm there, get my license, I open up in Houston. I'm with a shop called Xavier's. I'm cutting there. Fast forward, I moved to Angleton. In 96, I opened up a barber shop called Ebony Hair Palace in 96. And man, going from there, I got all kind of people coming from there. They do a big newspaper article on me. And while I'm there, when I open up my shop, people are asking for that haircut from guys from Houston, like the guys from Houston. And I specified to them that that's not a Houston haircut. That haircut was a Southside haircut. So when I opened up my barbershop, before I opened up my barbershop, I worked at 2 shops. Shout out to the Quarters, and then shout out to the barbershop on Miller Street. Man, I'm tripping. I done lost the mind, lost their mind. But man, shout out to them, man. Oh, what's okay? So I forgot the names, man. But forgive me. But opened up my shop, and when I opened up the shop, I put on my barbershop price list that we was gonna have the price list. And when they was asking for that Houston haircut, I specified it. Back then, haircuts was only $10. But on my price list, I put Southside fades because there was a Southside haircut from Houston, and it was a $15 cut. Now, mind you, I brought a lot of the hip hop community down there to that area in Missouri County. And when a lot of guys was coming to the rappers was coming to my shop, as that price list was there, it started influencing the lingo. Fast forward, I started having freestyle Fridays at the shop. I started promoting concerts, started selling a lot of mix CDs from the rap groups from Houston. And so that lingo from that Southside fade got into those mixtapes. And then fast forward, it just caught on, man. And here we are today, man. That Southside fade word is here today. And don't go try to copyright it, because I'm going to do it. But that's the history, man. Leading forward, man, that's where I started. I mean, I did a lot of stuff going from there, but you can check the rest out on the Facebook page. Yeah, Facebook. Echo Lorenzo Rice the Fit. Yeah. Instagram, Haircut 85. You know what I'm saying? But that's basically it, man. Y'all want to do any shout outs?
Oh, man, that's about it for me.
Hallie's Beauty Salon. Man. Forgive me, Miss Hallie, forgive me. Hallie's Beauty Salon, that's what it was, man, but yeah.
All right. So now later we're going to start inviting people on, man. If y'all have any comments or anything you want to, pretty much insight on, we'll be inviting people on soon. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Peace out.
Much love.